Hi guys, in this video I'll be talking about investments. As the word investment entails, investment is committing money or capital with an expectation of making profit over time. Okay, the first one we have here is real estate. Real estate. Okay, real estate is a good form of investment, but it has its own layback. Supposing you get a property for renting or for short let, how long do you think it's going to take you to realize your capital, not profit? It's going to take a couple of years. Years. That's the reason why we say investment has to do with time. So, how many of us would want to wait for years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years to achieve your capital, not profit, while investing in real estate? It's not a bad form of investment, but it has to do with time. That's the layback there. Then we move over to another form of investment. We talk about transportation. Transportation. Anyways, transportation is a good form of investment too. For example, you get a taxi or you get a bus with the intention of making money with it, putting it in the road for transportation. How long do you think it will take you to realize the capital used to purchase those vehicles? It's going to take a couple of years, and most of the times, on the long run, the vehicles might not even be as sound as you bought it, most especially when you're giving it out for someone to run it for you. So it's going to take a couple of years for you to get your capital and start making profit. That's what it is with transportation. And you have to put in so much to maintain those vehicles. You've not thought about that. That is not your capital and that is not your profit. So I think it's a good form of investment, but it requires time. Then let's talk about another one. Shares. Shares. I can't remember how many people doing shares nowadays, but it's a good form of investment. Imagine going to the bank to get shares. You go back after a couple of years. A share you bought at 5 naira or $5, let's say, will now be $3. So shares is not stable. Shares is always coming up and coming down, but it's also good for some. There are some reputable brands out there that their shares are good. I'm not saying shares is not a good form of investment, but it's not really reliable for me. Then we talk about another form of investment. We've talked about real estate, which is time. You give it time for you to realize 3, 4, 5 years, just a couple of years for you to realize your capital before you start talking about your profit. That's real estate. Then transportation, we talked about time too. You get time. Takes a couple of years for you to generate your capital too. So generally, the idea behind investment is time. You give it time. Then we'll talk about another one, which is shares. We talk about banks, brands, and a whole lot that is not stable. Stability. There's no stability in shares. You can't find stability there. I could remember my dad buying shares those years, and after a couple of time, shares bought of about 200,000 naira is now about 60,000 naira. Did you make progress? They'll say it fell and it fell, it fell. Definitely, there's risk in every business, but I won't advise shares as a stable source of investment. Then we'll talk about agriculture. Agriculture. This is a very lucrative business. It's a very good form of investment, but it also has its own labor. Number one is funding. For you to make a good profit of agriculture, you have to have a good, huge capital, which is for funding. This is it, funding. To make your capital and to make a good profit of agriculture. That's one, funding. Requires funding. Then you also stress is involved. You can't sit in your house and expect your agricultural farm to run properly without overseeing it, because you have to definitely put people there in charge. You have to frequent your farm, you have to frequent your poultry, at least to see what's going on there, because it's stressful to manage agriculture. But on the long run, it's a good source of investment if you really want to invest in that. And this is the most important one. That is why I like Forex. In Forex, you can make a quick turnover. You can make 100% of your capital and also make profit with a good risk management. Though there are risks attached to Forex, but the ability to manage your risk makes you profitable in Forex trading. So I choose Forex over all this, but all of them are good form of investment. Don't get me wrong. Real estate is a good form of investment. Transportation is a good form of investment. Shares is a good form of investment. Agriculture is a good form of investment. But all this requires time. It requires time for you to achieve your capital before even making your profit. But Forex is a quick turnover for you. Another reason why I like Forex is you can sit at home and do your trading. You don't need to go out. It doesn't require you going out like the other one. Real estate, you must go out for inspection. You must go out to see the property. You must go out to do stuff. The other one, transportation, you must drive. You must go outside. Shares, you must go to the brand, go to the company, go to the bank, go to wherever you want to buy your shares to make some documentation before the shares will be approved. Okay, agriculture, you must till the ground, you must feed birds, you must do something, you must leave your house to the place where you want to do your agriculture. You get, but Forex, it's something very, very relaxing and comforting. You can sit in your house, open up trade, and you can decide whenever you want to trade. But this agriculture, you can't decide when you give feeds to the birds, or when you want to manage your agriculture. No, you have to have timing. Okay, this afternoon you give them feed, evening you give them. But Forex, you have to sit down and decide when you want to trade. Depends on how the market is. If the market is favorable, you're seeing opportunities, then you can open trade. You get, and you might not be so long in the market. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you're off the market. You've made your profit and you left. That only happens when you have proper knowledge about Forex trading. That is where education comes to play. You have to learn. You have to learn. When you learn, you know the right time to get into the market, to get off the market, do your analysis, previous event and present event, before you can make a good decision in trading. That's why I said Forex involves risk. All right, guys, for those watching this video and you're looking for an online academy that could help you grow your skill on Forex trading, visit the website www.probabafx.net. You can enroll for mentorship, you can enroll for the trading robot, you can enroll for the classes, for the online classes, and broaden your knowledge about Forex trading. With all this source of investment, I think you can make a good decision on where to commit your money and your capital. I will not be forgetting to let you know, I just dropped a book, Becoming a Profitable Forex Trader. So if you want to broaden your knowledge without anybody teaching you, you can go through that book. Visit my website www.probabafx.net. You'll see a link there for you to purchase the book. The book is a blueprint. It's a book that took me 6 months to write. I literally poured out my experience and things I passed through trading Forex and how to become a profitable trader in that book. So guys, what are you waiting for? Let's milk it.
Probabafx shop for you.